Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We are in the second week of the Champions League quarter-finals, and with how exciting the games were last week, I'm going to do the next 2 days videos prepping ourselves for tonight's games and tomorrow night's games, individual nights, because tonight we're going to be speaking about the Villa game against PSG and the Dortmund game against Barcelona. I'm just going to just quickly summarise what's going on, where the fight is, what's the talk of the town in these games. I'm going to start with the Dortmund-Barcelona game because it's the less exciting one. Obviously, Rafinha still chasing down Ronaldo's record. I think he's got 12 goals right now. He's 6 goals away from breaking Ronaldo's record in the Champions League for amount of goals in a season. So people mocked him for a bit for stealing Kabasi's goal last week, but you can't blame him when he's going for a record like that. That'd be mental, and it'd be a very big shout towards his Ballon d'Or chase. But an absolute demolition in the first game from Barcelona. Kind of put this game into bed, really. There's not a world where I can see Dortmund coming back. I think Dortmund had a poor season altogether anyway, but it's not a world where I can see Dortmund coming back in tonight's game. I think Rafinha, Lewandowski going to be too much again for that Dortmund team, and I reckon I'm thinking right now like a 3-1, somewhat calm, but still with goals. Rafinha probably getting 2. And just definitely putting it to bed for Barcelona and putting Barcelona definitely into the semi-finals of the Champions League. I think they're the only team where I can say for definite Barcelona will be in semi-finals of the Champions League. I think all the other games that we have this week have a bit more chat about, a bit more angst, a bit more going for it. That being with Villa PSG. Oh, there is that spice to it. Obviously PSG have been the talk of the Champions League this year alongside Barcelona, but PSG, because ever since January they've really kicked on, surprised a bit of everyone. I think that City game surprised people, but then also the game against Liverpool really shook people's head and went, oh, PSG they've got something. They're defensively strong. They've got a nice free-flowing attack with the likes of Doué, Barcola, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia. They've got options. They've got some good options in there to constantly rotate and constantly put pressure onto other teams' defences. And say it's not working for someone on the night, then guess what? There's a replacement right there for him to go straight away. Luis Enrique as well. He knows this tournament. He's won this tournament before with Barcelona when he won a treble. So he knows what it takes to kind of push on for a season like this. But so does the opposition manager against him, Aston Villa. Unai Emery knows Europe. I think last time when he was at Villarreal, was it Villarreal? Then he got beat by PSG and PSG got to the final. Was that year? Or who beat? I think was it PSG that beat him, or was it Liverpool that beat him to get to the? I don't know. But Unai Emery's been at this stage before. He knows how to handle a stage like this. Obviously, we know how good Villa's team is, especially me as someone who watches Premier League every week knows how good Villa's team is. Players like Rodgers, but you know what as well, they got Rashford in the team, and you know what, Rashford loves coming back from 2 goals down against PSG in a Champions League game. Obviously, that was around 16 when we did it at United, but Rashford knows the way in. But Rodgers is obviously the man who's going to be dragging them forward. He's going to want creating anything that will happen for Villa. They've got a summer field like the Tillmans and stuff like that, but I feel like Villa have been plagued a bit by injuries as well recently. They've been rotating in the league. Obviously have Emi Martin in the net, he's a very good goalkeeper, but the way Dortmund's been playing this year, it feels like PSG are the inevitable proper challengers for the Champions League this year. Obviously we've got tomorrow's games as well, which we'll talk about tomorrow's games tomorrow. Bit more excitement in them ones. I feel like these games right now are heading in the direction that they went in the first leg, where PSG and Barcelona will be going through. But we'll see if Villa can add a bit of spice to that, maybe add a bit of shock factor. And I'll be very, 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 very surprised if Dortmund can do the same. But it's football. You never know what can happen. You know, if they can score 4 goals in one game, so can Dortmund. We'll see if it can happen though. That's going to be the end of the video. Let me know your predictions for tonight's games in the comments. And thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do catch you next time. Cheers.